Jeffrey Fong on the drums. Sam on the piano. Praise team leader Olivia. Yes, and our associate minister Emily on vocal. Yes. Yay. They do a lot of work. You guys may not know this, but every week they come up with some inspirational songs just to get us all ready and emotionally charged up and connected. So it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of practice. So one more time, okay? Nice and loud. One more time. Yes, awesome. You know, I was on Facebook just last night. This just happened last night, and I saw this little post from my friend. She's Korean American. She's in college, and she's from Texas, the great state of Texas. And she said, I'm going to be going with some adults, my mom, uncles, and aunts. They're going to go to Washington, D.C., and they'll be speaking to some senators. And she goes like this, she goes, what am I going to do? What am I going to say to these people? I have no idea what to do. And she goes, all I do is I go to sleep, I eat, I play, and I repeat again. I go to sleep, I eat, and I play. And then she says, I really don't know what's happening to our country, and I don't know how to address it. Why am I going to go to D.C. and what am I going to say? I just don't know what to say to these senators and to this group of people. So you've got a whole bunch of people from Texas going to D.C., trying to represent the concerns of Asian Americans, Korean Americans in her particular case. And here's one last thing that she said, and I'll just leave this with you. She goes, I just don't know what's happening with our country, but I do know one thing. I don't want Trump to be president. And she did that. Oh my goodness, yes. Question for all you guys. You're old enough to vote? Raise your hands. Yeah? Okay. All right. Cool. All of you should be raising your hand, pretty much. Question to all of you, regardless if you raise your hands or not. First question is, how's our country doing? How's our world doing? Okay? So you have an opinion on that, because how old you are. Lastly, if you're able to vote, who are you voting for? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, so it's difficult, right? It's very, very difficult. We want our country to be much better. We want our community to be a much better place. We want the world to be a much better place. And now we're about to elect the most powerful office. And it seems like be it Hillary or be it Trump, and our country is going to be divided once again. So I'm going to ask you guys, how are you going to make our country a better place? How are you going to make your community a better place? Your neighborhood, how are you going to make your neighborhood a better place? What are you going to do? Let me show you guys something. We're going through the entire Bible. We went through a few books already, one at a time. The section that we're covering today is called the Book of Judges. Just a few pages, just a few chapters. About this much in the Bible. That's what I'm doing today. And within the Book of Judges, it will give us the singular principle. The singular principle of how to make the world a better place. So that particular book in the Bible, written thousands of years ago, in the scripture, still resonates. Everyone say cool? Let's go. You got your program? Nice and loud. Book of Judges. And here's the title for Book of Judges. What is it? Let's read together. 1, 2, 3. The conscience of the people. 2 questions. How's our country doing? Who are you voting for? How's our country doing? Who are you voting for? You look up, please. You think through that whole thing. How's our country doing? And who are you voting for? Is it going to make a difference? And that whole part, you have to figure this whole thing out. Can I show you guys something? This is what we have to fix. If you want our country to be a much better place, if you want the world to be a much better place, if you want your local communities, be it, if you're from the Chinatown, Lower East Side, Bensonhurst, Flushing, wherever you may be, whichever part of the world you are, this is what the Book of Judges is telling us, the conscience of the people. The Book of Judges is so easy to figure this whole thing out. And what the Book of Judges is speaking to us is this. This is our spiritual condition. Maybe put this down for a moment. There's two sides to all of us. There's a physical side. Go like this to yourself. Alright? That's a physical side. You have a physical well-being, yes or no? But some of you need to take annual checkups. You know, when you get to a certain age, not me, I'm still 25, so I don't need to do that yet. You have eye exams every few years, right? You have eye exams, right? How's your cardio? How's your cholesterol? How's your triglycerides? How's all of that? So you have a physical part of you that you have to check to make sure you're okay. We're starting summer league, and the basketball team, the athletes, they have to start to get into really deep condition. They don't try to get there with the championship round, when the playoff rounds are here. So slowly, every week, we're going to get a little bit stronger, a little faster. So there's a physical part to you, there's a physical part to me. And you know when the physical part's not working too well. You know that. From a hang down, to a sprained ankle, to maybe you need new glasses. And you know what? Maybe you need to get onto like a cardio and then do some running, and your cardiologist is going to say, hey, you have to do some tests, some stress tests, just to see where you are. So there's a physical part of you. Now here's another part of you. This is another part of you. And I pray that you get to know this part of you really, really, really well. This is your spiritual part of you. And you're going to say, what does that mean? So just like I just said that there's a physical part of you, the part that you can touch, the part that can be checked up, the biological aspect of you, the spiritual part of you is still this. I won't say love. Compassion. I won't say compassion. Just follow me. Generosity. Honesty. Grace. Joy. Faith. Peace. That's all in here. That's what we call the spiritual part of you. The part that cannot be really touched, but the part that affects your physical part, actually. Now here's why this is not so clear. You will not drink this, I will not drink this until it's filtered, yes or no? Right? Just like Flint, Michigan, with the lead water, you will not drink this, I will not drink this because you will get sick. Follow me, please. Someone say greed. Do you have it? Do I have it? We all do. Everyone say envy. Do you have it? Do I have it?
Yes.
Is it biological? Is it physical? Is it spiritual? Because that's the spiritual part of you. Everyone say jealousy. Fear. Do you have it? Do I have it? Yes. That's the spiritual part of us. Now, why is this glass tainted? Because that's who we are. We are tainted. We have all of that within us. There's goodness in there, but yet there's hatred. Don't say hatred, right? There's goodness in you. There's goodness in me. There's love in you. There's love in me. But yet there's anger in you. I'm not talking about righteous anger, but I'm talking about some kind of wrath, right? There's that part within you, and there's that part within you as well too. Anger is good if it's righteous anger, but if it's wrath, that may not be so good. So we have all of this within ourselves. And here's what the book of Judges says. Your spiritual condition, this is you. Your spiritual condition determines two things. Your spiritual condition determines how you view material and how you relate with people. And until you address the spiritual part, and until our country addresses love, until our country addresses compassion, mercy, and until our country, our neighborhood, until our communities, until we ourselves individually, collectively address the spiritual part of it, we will always be stumbling. Let me show you from scriptures. Everyone say, let's go. Let's go. Point number 2, our spiritual condition determines material perspectives and human relationships. Please read Judges 17, 1-2, nice and loud. Micah said to his mother, the 1100 shekels of silver that were taken from you, and about which I heard you utter a curse, I took it. Oh my goodness. Micah the son, he said to his mother, I took how much? 1100 shekels of silver. Okay, 1100. That's a key number. He took it from mom, but then I heard that you put a curse on it. Who took the money? The son. Look up, please. I just want to show from the book of Judges. Well, here's the son, and here's what he did. He took 1100 shekels. What does that help me? It's about $11,000. So if I did my conversion, $10,000. If I did my conversion properly. The cost of silver, the price of silver by gram, and try to factor that all in. Today's money, the son did this. The son stole $10,000 from mom. And here's what the son did. He goes, oh my goodness, mom made a curse on that money. So mom goes like this. And he heard it. Mom goes, whoever, da 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 da. No, you could figure out the words that she used. So da 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 da. All the F-bombs out there. I curse you. Whoever took my money. You know, she does not know the son took it. She said, I utter a curse on the person who took my money, at $10,000. The son heard it. And the son went to mom and confessed, Mom, don't curse, don't please that curse. I'm the one that took the money. Are we good? Now catch this. Let's continue the story. It's a very, very cool story. Chapter 17, verse 2 and 4. Let's read. Let's see what the mom's reaction is. Then the mother said, the Lord bless you, my son. I solemnly consecrate my silver to the Lord for my son to make a cast idol. She took 200 shekels of silver and gave them to a silversmith, who made them into an image and the idol, and they were put in Micah's house. You get that? Follow the story. Mom said to the son, oh my goodness, I don't want to curse you. The Lord bless you. So she wants to reverse it, right? So how she reverses the curse into a blessing, she goes, I'm going to take my money, the silver, I'm going to bring it to God, before the Lord. And what's she going to do? She's going to make an idol, underline idol, cast idol, underline that place. She took 200, roughly about $2,000, and she gave it to a silversmith. Made him into an image in the idol, circle idol. No one say idol. And where did they put this idol? In Micah's house. Look up, please. I know you guys are following the little story that you're trying to get into. Question for you and question for me. The son stole $10,000, right? The mom goes, I'm going to take $2,000. She's supposed to take the whole thing. She's supposed to give it back to God and say, oh no, I'm going to reverse it. But she kept $8,000 for herself, and she took $2,000 and she made it into an idol. And after she made it into an idol, where did she put it? She put it in the son's house, right? Would any Christian do that? Would anyone who recognizes God as the only one make something into an idol? That's against the Lord. Are you guys understanding? That's actually against God's word. The mom can do that. But yet the mom did it as well too. But something is off in this whole thing. It has to do with the spiritual condition. Last phrase. Let's read this on the first part. 17:6. This is a key phrase. It's repeated throughout the book of Judges. Please read. In those days, Israel had no king. Everyone did as he saw. You get that? In those days, Israel had no king. Circle no king. Everyone say no king.
No king.
Everyone did as he saw fit. Something like that. Let's repeat that, please. Everyone did as he saw fit. Look up, please. I'm going to try to do this. We said this is our spiritual condition. This is the son, let's say Michael, okay? This is the mom. We are filled with all kinds of stuff within ourselves. This is who we are. And the question that we really have to ask is this very, very simple question. I cannot drink this. How do I make this pure, right? So that I could have more love in me. So I could have more compassion within me, right? So there's more peace in me. How can I filter this out so that I could love my community? That's the key. Here's what you need. You need a filter. I'm going to say filter. This is the key. This is the key to your life. This is the key to my life. This is the key. We are this. How does this affect us and continue to affect us? You turn on your TV, you turn on the internet. I'm going to talk to the young men first. And maybe there's certain channels that you should not be watching. And maybe they're rated XXX. And maybe there's pornography. Right? I'm just laying it out there. Let's just be real. I always say let's be real. If I'm not real, I'm not your pastor. Is that cool? I just want to be real. If I'm not being real with you, we don't have a relationship. We don't have a relationship. I'm just being a show. I don't want to be a show. I want to truly, sincerely to be your pastor. And when we, let's say, allow pornography into our mind, what do you think happens to us? How do we view women? How do we look at women? Very different, right? Very different. How does it affect our lives? It affects our lives very differently. It affects our relationships. It affects every aspect of us, and we find from it as well too. So here's what we need to do, guys. The scripture says there was no king. Everyone did what? Who are you to tell me that's not good for me? Pastor? Who are you to say that pornography is not good? That's just your opinion. Who are you to say that Trump is not necessarily the right person? Why not Hillary? So we all have cultural influences. We are all influenced one way or another. We are all influenced to be filled with the worst of us, or we could do this. Filter this. When you have a filter, just pretend, use your imagination. Everything that is negative, everything that's impure, when it starts to come into that glass that's you go like this. And we say no. Yeah, you go no. I'm not going to let that come to my mind. Are you guys following me? I had a nice talk with my son yesterday. We were just talking about hot dogs and burgers because it's July 4th and all the barbecues. And we were just saying, we are not going to have that. I mean, no offense. You want to have it, that's great, that's your choice. But we're looking at all the ingredients lists and everything else, and we were just saying, man, I think we want to treat our body much better that way. So physically, we have a filter, right? Physically, we have a filter. So I'm talking to you spiritually, the one that's full of faith, hope, and love, what a goodness. So what do we not allow junk into us? We don't want junk into our mind. So we don't want junk into our body. We definitely have to protect our mind. So here's what we do. There's a filter. And we say no. That's what we say, no. We have a filter. There is a king. Mom and son, Michael, you can never believe that a woman would cast an idol and put it into her son's house and say, here, worship this little silver thing, and that's your God. Something went off, and the reason something went off, the reason why the son would even take $10,000 and stole $10,000 from mom, something went off, right? And you have to steal $10,000 from your mom, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. But there was no king, that means there was no filter. The word king means there's just no filter. Nothing, there was no filter. So anything, I could do whatever I want. If it feels good, what do you do? Do it. If pornography feels good, what do? Watch it. That's it. There's no constraint, there's no filter. And when that happens, it affects two things. Let's look real fast. Please read 17:9. Nice and loud. Micah asked him, where are you from? I'm a Levite. I'm looking for a place to stay. 17:10. Then Micah said to him, live with me and be my father and priest, and I'll give you 10 shekels of silver a year, your clothes and your food, in the 12 and 13. The young man became his priest, and Micah said, now I know that the Lord will be good to me, since this Levite has become my priest. When you don't have a filter, it affects how you view money. When you don't have a filter, it affects how you view money. You know what this guy did, Micah? This story's just very, very quick. he was able to hire a pastor. For how much? For how long? Oh my goodness. You could hire me? You could hire me. Seriously. For how much? 10 shekels. Now how much is 10 shekels? $92. 10 shekels a year. That's $92 a year. Today's conversion rate. He stole $11,000 from mom. That's how much money he has. That's how rich this family is. And here's this poor Levi's a pastor. And they were going through a tough time, and this pastor was just wandering around. He said, hey, you, I could give you a job. You could be my personal pastor, my personal priest. I'll pay you food, I'll give you room and board, and on top of that, a great deal. How many shekels a year? The guy took the job. What does Micah say? He goes, now I know God will bless me, because I have a personal priest. He is full of this. He's full of greed, selfishness. He's looking at money, and he says, I could buy whatever I want with money. I have power. You go to Washington, you know how much money is being exchanged in our political parties? So much money that you could buy so many powerful people and put into your pockets. All because of this. And it's related to this. There was no filter. If there was a filter in this man, he'd go there, oh my goodness, I would never do that. Second thing, let's end. We're going to end pretty fast. How we relate with people. Please read 19:1, 25, 30. Listen well. In those days, Israel had no king. Again, there was no filter. No one was able to tell them what to do, right from wrong. Let's read this next part. They raped her and abused her throughout the night. Such a thing has never been seen or done, not since the day the Israelites came up out of Egypt. Think about it. Consider it. Tell us what to do. Take a pen. They raped her. Circle rape. Everyone say rape. Rape. The abuser. Circle abuse. Everyone say abuse. Abuse. For how long? Has such a thing ever happened? No, it has never happened. What should we do about it when we see rape and when we see abuse? So much throughout the night we're talking about. What should we do? Think about it. What else should we do? Consider it. Yes. Look up there. Stanford. You guys heard about the Stanford issue? Yes? The young lady, the young woman got raped. The judge gave the swimmer how many months?
Oh yeah, 6 months.
Paid it down to how many months?
6.
And the father said what? During the defense of his son? He was just a young man looking for some action. It was only 20 minutes. That's what the father said in defense of his son. Why? I'll tell you why. This happened like 2,000 years ago as well too. It's not today. It's not new. Please read. The tribes of Israel sent men throughout the tribe of Benjamin, saying, what about this awful crime that was committed among you? Now surrender those wicked men. But the Benjamites would not listen to their fellow Israelites. They came together at Gibeah to fight against the Israelites. Follow me. So the guys got mad, the tribes of Israel. Hey, you cannot do that. You cannot rape one of our women. So they sent men throughout the tribe to the tribe of Benjamin. Hey, you guys from the tribe of Benjamin, some of your men raped one of our daughters. What about this awful crime that was committed? Now please give up those men, those wicked men, surrender them. Let's see what the Benjamites said. They said what? They would not what?
Listen.
Instead of listening, instead of giving up those wicked men, what did they do? They decided to come together to what?
Right.
Look up. That's it. I'm done. I got 3 minutes to wrap this whole thing up, and I'm gonna go. I have one question for you. Who's your filter? Who's your filter? Who's your filter? Who's your moral authority? That's what it means. Who's your moral authority? And here's what moral authority means. Who tells you and gives you these eternal truths that speaks to your conscience and that says, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do this. Who gives you right and wrong? Who? Is it a politician? Who? Is it Fox? Is it CNN? Is it CNBC? Like who gives you this filter? And if all you're going to say, Pastor, I don't have a filter. I am my best filter. I know what's right from wrong. Then I'm going to say, sorry. Then you're just like me. I don't have a filter. You're just like everybody else. That means there was no filter. If there's no filter, you're going to do whatever you please. I'm going to do whatever I please. You're going to decide what's right for you. I'm going to decide what's right for me. And you cannot tell me what's right and wrong. And that's why we have issues. I'm going to end with a video. Stand in. I see a video, please. This is a filter in action. Pause right there, please. Pause right there. This is a very old video. It's one of the rarest ones that I could find. It's the only one. This is Princess Diana when she was alive a number of years ago. She is a very influential woman in the whole world of politics. She is about to meet a woman who has a filter. And this woman who has this filter is even more influential than Princess Diana. And that's why Princess Diana is here today to visit. This is New York City in Harlem. And the woman that has this filter changes the entire world. And the woman that I'm talking about is about this tall. You take a look at how the height difference. And take a look at the respect that Princess Diana gives to this elderly, frail woman who has a filter. That's her. That's my role model. That's my idol. She is awesome. Idol in a nice way, okay, guys? Look at her. Can you freeze it for a moment? Freeze it. Okay, continue, please. Right there. Okay, continue, please. I'm sorry. You see her? Pause, please. Lights, please. Leave that up, please. I'll finish with this. A little petite woman, she's about in her 80s or so. She has influenced generations and generations and generations from across the continent. Think about it. What type of power does this frail elderly woman have that a princess comes over to the Harlem just to see her? What makes this frail old lady so special? All because she has this moral authority that she holds on to. She's able to take that moral authority and she changes herself from this to this. And this is filled with love, this is filled with hope, this is filled with goodness, and this makes the world a better place. This makes our community a better place.
This makes you a better person. This makes me a better person. All because of this singular thing, the filter. The filter is your Heavenly Father who speaks to you through all these words. So I end again with just one question. Who is your moral authority? You have to have one. Let us pray. Father, we thank you, Lord. We thank you for today. And there's a lot of things going on in our world. A lot of things do not make sense. And they don't make sense. And we understand they don't make sense. And we're trying to fix things. And we look to politicians to fix it for us. And we look to government to fix it for us. And we know that has not worked for all these years in our country. We are making strides. We are making strides. But we are so far behind as well, too, as a people. Because we don't have the filter, Lord. We don't have you. We do as we please. And if we do as we please, then we are bankrupt in that sense, Father, spiritually. Our spiritual condition is not where it should be, Father. And we can see it by how we look at money. And we can see it by how we treat people, Father. So, Lord, let us be the change that we want to be, Father. Let that change start within us. But we are powerless. We don't know how to change ourselves. So, Father, let us put you first priority in our lives. Let us trust your word. Let us just follow your words because you are love. You are goodness. You are peace and you are joy. And in you, Father, there is no fear. And jealousy that's within us start to dissipate and go away. And envy start to melt, and our anger start to let go, and hatred start to be dim because we have you, Father. Because we're able to filter your thoughts and your Lord. I pray for everyone sitting here who's battling all these issues, Lord. Let us not look outside. Let us not look to another person. But let us look to you. We praise you, Father. We thank you. We thank you. We are grateful today. And for the book of Judges. Let this book of Judges help us grow. Let the conscience of the nations and the conscience of the people is indebted to you and founded upon you, Father. And I pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.